getting team expectations right can be a challenge, and most business owners aren't aware how. Now, I fumbled my way through this for a long time when it came to hiring team and had a bit of a revolving door happening until I learnt these 4 steps. Number 1, give context, not just content. Now, this is one of the biggest mistakes when you're going to build a team, is actually providing content only. The content is the what they need to do. And what I found is my team members struggle to meet my expectations and to get the outcomes we were after. It was incredibly frustrating. And then a mentor of mine asked me, have you given them context as well? And I said, well, what does that mean? So basically what he was actually referring to is the context is the why. It's the why the role exists and where the role fits within the bigger picture. So it effectively is saying that, this role is important to the business because of where it sits in the business and how this plays a part in us achieving our bigger goals. So it's really important to know that. And I did this, and the results from my team were profoundly better as they knew why they were there and where they fit into the business. Now, number 2 is get them to understand the business purpose and mission. Now, the purpose and mission are the why and the what. The why is the purpose and the what is the mission, what you want to achieve. Now, clarity on the purpose allows team members to get aligned with the actual business, with the purpose of the business, what the business stands for and why it exists. And it helps to create a higher level of intrinsic motivation, high level intrinsic motivation. Now, the alignment with the mission allows them to drive the rest of the team forward as well as themselves and the business towards the attainment of that goal, of that mission. So it actually helps everyone to know that they're going from A to B and not A and there is no B and wandering around in a circle when people don't have a clear mission. It's kind of like putting it in your GPS or your Google Maps and saying, Google, take me somewhere. You're actually not going to end up anywhere. You might as well stay where you are. So the third one is don't use job descriptions. Now, a job description is the content that I was referring to in step number 1 above. And it's what somebody is meant to do when they come to work every day. Now, instead of this, create a set of clear outcomes and expectations. Now, what are the outcomes? Well, the outcomes are what the role should achieve on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. The expectations, on the other hand, are how the person in that role should act in performing that role. Now, this is great teams actually don't need to know what it is they need to do, just give them the outcomes, as this will allow them to make up their own way of getting to the outcome. And by doing that, they are more bought into and have a greater ownership of those outcomes because they are finding their way themselves. Obviously with your support to help them step up and lead in that regard as well. Now, number 4, the last one, number 4 is create clear KPIs. Now, KPIs are key performance indicators. Now, every role should have a clear set of these to measure the results being achieved within that role. Now, the key here is not to dictate them and say, right, these ones are your KPIs, go and execute them, right? What you need to do is work with your team and have them create their own. Once again, what that does, it creates a far higher level of ownership of their actual targets, of the actual KPIs, and it will help them to perform better. So what I suggest is give these 4 steps a go. You will see big improvements in performance with your team, or you will start to attract better team members because you're using the 4. Now, just to recap them one more time is 1, give context, not content. Number 2 is get them to understand the business purpose and mission. Number 3 is don't use job descriptions. And number 4 is to create clear KPIs. Give it a go. I'm sure it'll have an impact like it did with me.